Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into it.
Auto insurance has already become a mandatory procedure for every car owner. Each owner of such property understands the seriousness of the obligations imposed on him, realizes the burden of responsibility, and unconditionally signs the contract on car insurance. When drawing up a KASKO policy, such a concept as a deductible comes up. What is it? How does this tool work? Why is it needed, and whether it is needed at all? We will have an important and interesting conversation. What the concept of franchise in insurance means. The concept of deductible is widespread. It is found not only in the field of car insurance. We will not go deep into the essence of the economic concept, but we'll try to tell in simple words what is a franchise in hull insurance, so that everyone can understand the essence of this phenomenon. This concept is understood as a certain degree of participation of the car owner in the risk assigned to the insurer. In other words, the deductible implies a certain share of damage, which will be paid by the owner of the car and part-time insured. In case of an insured event, the amount of the deductible is prescribed in the contract, according to which the insurance of the vehicle will be carried out. This indicator can be fixed or expressed as a percentage. If we take the average value, we get 10% of the total amount of insurance. On the figures will be more understandable. Let's take, for example, a contract for 80,000 rubles. This will be the total amount of damage. Under the deductible, the insured will be paid only 72,000 rubles. This example shows the general picture of the relationship between the insured and the insurer when a deductible is applied. The option of franchise, which was chosen by the insured at the conclusion of KASKO, has a great influence. Further, we will just consider the existing variants of this tool, especially what is the franchise in KASKO we have already analyzed, so we can safely move on. Variants of franchise at KASKO policy issuance. Franchising has divided into several varieties over the course of its existence. In the field of auto insurance, only a few variants are applied. To understand how the franchise in KASKO works, it is necessary to consider each of them. Conditional deductible, such a variation of the insurance instrument, is based on a fixed payment for damage. Within this amount, the policyholder can independently repair his vehicle without connecting the insurance company. In case of exceeding the amount of damage, all repair costs will be paid by the insurer. Let's take, for example, a contract with a deductible of 10,000. If an insured event entailed the need to repair the car for 7,000, then all costs are covered by the owner of the vehicle. If repair will cost, for example, 15,000, this amount will be fully paid by the insurance company. On the one hand, a hull insurance policy with such a deductible is equally beneficial to both parties to the transaction. But in practice, conditional franchising is very rare. The reason lies in the fears of insurers, because the owner of the car can specifically increase the damage that was caused to the car. Insurance companies can do the same. Read also, what is needed and how to install a rear-view camera unconditional deductible here, the main feature and difference from the previous franchising option is the obligatory participation of the policyholder in the repair of the car. To express the degree of participation, a percentage or a fixed amount can be used. And again, let's turn to an example. Let's take a deductible of 5,000. According to such a contract, the policyholder will independently pay for repairs within this amount. If the repair costs 4,000, the insurance organization will not participate in the restoration of the vehicle. If there is damage, for example, for 10,000, the insurer will pay its client 5,000, and the rest will be paid by the owner of the car. The deductible can be a percentage. In this case, both parties in any insured event will participate in the repair of the car. For example, the deductible is 10%. If the repair requires an investment of 10,000, the company pays its client only 9,000, and the rest will be paid by the owner. Temporary deductible. This tool provides for setting a certain period during which the insurance policy will be valid. It can be only working days of the week, which is relevant for a car that is used for work. A certain season can also be selected. Such a policy will be cheaper, but it will not cover insured events that occurred, for example, on weekends, which are not covered by the insurance. Dynamic deductible. This option can only be chosen by experienced drivers who have impeccable driving skills and behavior on the road. Such insurance is based on the history of payments and their number. These data are linked to the size of the insurance policy. The first insured event is paid to the maximum. In each subsequent case, the amount of payments will be reduced on a regressive scale. Usually the size of the reducing rate is within 5%. There are other variants of franchise, but they are rarely practiced, so there is no point in considering them. Russian insurance companies most often use unconditional deductible. Advantages and disadvantages of KASKO franchise insurance. Each insurance instrument should be studied in detail, and its positive and negative sides should be considered before it is used in practice. This information will allow you to get a more complete and clear picture. Let's start with the positive aspects. There are more of them than negative characteristics. Significant savings on the purchase of KASKO. The cost of the policy is usually inversely proportional to the franchise rate. The more the policyholder shares in the risks, the less they will have to pay for the policy. Minor damage does not require going to the insurance company to record an insured event. The indemnity is small, so it is not profitable to spend time on its registration and receipt. In such cases, repairs can be carried out immediately without waiting for the finalization of the procedure. The established threshold makes it possible not to add minor damages to the insurance history of the car. As a result, the history turns out to be flawless in the presence of minor damages, which increases discounts and bonuses from the insurer. The list of disadvantages consists of the following points. Banking institutions very rarely consider the options of such insurance. Therefore, such a contract is not issued on a credit card. Unscrupulous insurers deliberately underestimate the amount of damage caused to a car. Experts make such an assessment that the payout for a particular insured event does not exceed the established threshold. Fraud of this kind is found in policies with a fixed deductible. Read also, which plants and in which countries are engaged in the production of cars. Brand Opel. What is the franchise on KASKO? Its pros and cons have studied and considered in detail. It is possible to move on. Peculiarities of insurance with franchise. KASKO with a franchise has a number of features, which are often kept silent by insurers, and the owner of the car learns about them only after signing the contract or the occurrence of an insured event. In relation to the perpetrator of the insured event, it is possible to apply a recourse claim. It is necessary to contact the insurer from which the compensation was received. Make a copy of the policy, take a receipt for the deductible, compensation for the cost of damage caused, technical passport and certificate. We attach to these documents the details for transferring the money. The limitation period is 1 year. During this time, the injured person may apply to the perpetrator for compensation. The contract for a policy with a deductible must be read very carefully. There should not be any points that are unclear to you. It is even better to apply with the contract to a specialist who will study the document and give his verdict on its terms. Agree to the franchise only if the family budget allows you to take on some financial obligations. The benefit of the deductible for the insured has long been calculated by insurance companies. Due to this mechanism, it is possible to reduce the premium on the policy by no more than 60%. In rubles, this savings can range from 3 to 25,000 rubles. Minor damages will have to be paid out of your own pocket. Remember this when you sign up for KASKO with a deductible. Due to this, insurers save their money when you should refuse this option of protection. In some cases, there is nothing better than a KASKO policy with a deductible, and the driver considers only this option. But there are also such cases in which it is categorically impossible to conclude such a contract. Let's consider them in detail. Aggressive driving style, daredevilry, and high speeds will make such a policy unprofitable for the driver. Little driving experience and frequent minor accidents. In this case, you will constantly have to make minor repairs at your own expense, and the insurer will remain on the sidelines. Collateralized vehicle. Drivers at a respectable age. Lack of available funds that can be used at any time to make repairs. A deductible is like a medal that has two sides. On the one hand, it allows you to save money on insurance. But on the other hand, you need to be ready to repair minor damages that may occur with varying frequency due to the fault of third parties or as a result of various force majeure. In conclusion, Understanding the purpose of a deductible in a KASKO policy is essential for making informed decisions about your car insurance. A deductible serves as a cost-sharing mechanism, helping to lower your premium while encouraging responsible driving. With various types of deductibles available, from fixed amounts to percentage-based options, it's important to choose one that aligns with your financial situation and risk tolerance. While deductibles can lead to lower premiums and greater control over claims, they also come with the potential downside of out-of-pocket expenses in the event of a claim. By weighing the pros and cons, you can select a KASKO policy that best meets your needs and provides peace of mind on the road. Thank you for watching, and we hope this information helps you navigate your insurance choices more effectively.